Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
On the show today, we catch up with 7-time world champion surfer Layne Beachley.
It's a good chat, actually.
Yeah, she's lovely, isn't she?
Yeah, isn't it a great time? We talk about the benefits of sweet potatoes.
We do. We really do. That
Right
was
at the
really
start
good
of the
fun.
show.
We also have a chat about when animals targeted you.
And furthermore, we talk about when you avoid somebody like the plague. And now's a good time, Shaun, for you to reveal who it is in your
That's
life that you're
right.
avoiding. It's a
Yep.
relative. That,
Yes,
I mean,
it
that
is.
doesn't narrow it down
Yeah.
much.
No.
Yeah.
It's
The
not
family
right.
member
It's
that
not a
Shaun
close.
avoids like the plague is...
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
It's a real score getting great neighbours.
Yeah, it is. I've got good ones.
Yeah.
I've got great neighbours. I've got a neutral neighbour who's lovely, but we don't have lots to do with one another. I've got not so great neighbours, but they're away at the moment, so I can
What a
talk about them.
spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to unleash now?
And the other good neighbours, they don't like that same neighbour either, do they?
Correct,
That's a
correct.
That's a problem neighbour.
Yeah, that's
What number is he?
They're a couple. She's all right. Him, not so much.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone can agree there's one neighbour that we wouldn't want to live next to, and that is...
This is Judge Judy.
Judge Judy.
I don't know. She seems fair.
Judge Judy.
I know, but you got to watch what you do,
Mate,
Nate.
she's ready to come down on you like a ton of bricks. She is ready.
Got
And
the gavel ready to strike you on the
With all
head.
the wrath of the law.
remember when Justin Bieber was out of control?
Yeah.
Remember he'd have all those parties around
Yeah,
his
and he
house. I
was
think he bought a monkey.
taking
and all
monkeys
that
to
sort of
Germany and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So she lived next door to him during that time. And
Don't take monkeys to Germany,
Yeah,
okay?
no.
And so he was her next door neighbour, and she has come out and said that Justin Bieber was absolutely scared to death of her at the time. She said this was a period of time before he grew up. He was doing foolish things. And she said she must have said something about it publicly. And then she understands that he was paying someone at the front door to let him know when Judge Judy was coming and going, so he wouldn't bump into her.
So, because imagine how terrified he would have been if he got in the lift and she was in there and he had to share the lift with
Oh,
her.
imagine
yeah.
it. Judge
Yeah.
Judy said you've had a party.
Yeah.
You see
Yep.
Judge Judy.
Yeah.
This is in the house.
Yep.
So you're at a party. Judge Judy's living next door to you. She's out watering a garden. Next morning, you walk out,
You're an idiot!
That'd happen a lot.
and she'd go off her head at
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
That's not great.
Yeah. I would like to talk about your neighbours now. Is the neighbour that you don't really
Correct.
get along with? Do you avoid them like the plague, or are you okay with seeing them?
It's a very... I wouldn't say avoid like the plague, but avoid like a bad virus.
Yeah.
So like, and the best example is like if
What,
I've
COVID
just
or-
pulled up, like getting home from the dog park or whatever, and he's pulled up at the same time.
Yeah.
I just won't get out of my car until he's gotten out and gone in, so that you don't have to have an interaction.
Yeah.
I just pretend I'm.
So
very
if he's
busy on
out
my
there for a
phone
little
or whatever.
while, how long are you sat in your car
Yeah,
for?
no, it's amazing how long I can pretend. To just listening to the end of a podcast.
Natalie's
The dog's like, I'm hungry.
Natalie the next morning wakes up having a pommy shower.
Does it have to be neighbours as well? Because
No,
sometimes,
no.
you always go...
Mate.
Like, when you go to the shop, sometimes there's always someone that you
Yes.
see that you need to dodge and
There
go
was-
around every aisle
Remember,
and chase them.
remember the guy at Sumo Salad
I
in
was going to
Carana?
say the
Oh,
salad.
yeah.
guy,
Carana
Nathan.
Shopping Centre in Sumo
At least you're
Salad
not
years
naming
ago.
businesses.
No. Sumo Salad, very, very generous in their servings.
Yep.
So
That's
I
why
want to
you
say
went
that
back
right
there all the time.
Yeah,
I'd go back there all the time.
sumosalad.com.au.
But there was one bloke that worked at the kiosk, and he would half
yeah, he
pack.
did too.
So everyone else would like put the salad in there, and they'd like
And then
"Oosh!"
lean on it like
and
it's
they'd
Drop
slam
the
it
lid,
down
yeah,
there. And
jump
this
like it's a suitcase at the end of the holiday. Yeah.
but this guy would half pack the suitcase.
You're an
idiot. Yes, so you'd be there and you'd try and time it. So you'd see one woman about to
Yes.
finish a salad, and then you could see he's about to start a salad. But no matter what happens, he would stop the salad he was doing and come over and serve me.
to give you half a
you half
salad.
a
I give me half a salad, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And then I saw these other people with their salad, like bursting at the top. God, that enraged me. I tried to avoid him like the plague, but he got me every time.
Get the jump on summer and check out whatif.com for amazing getaways.
Aussies just know how to summer. It's in our DNA.
Bring it on! Book your accommodation, flights, car hire, and more, all on the What If app.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Back when they were neighbours, Justin Bieber, this is him now, used to avoid Judge Judy like the plague because he was out having parties and stuff and he didn't want to incur her wrath. So we are talking about people that you avoid like the plague.
Now, you actually said you were going to name the person.
You were
You
your
were just
neighbour.
telling me a story that you wanted to say on air.
Well, why don't you
Oh, we're
both?
gonna
Why
play
don't you
cards.
both? Why don't you both say the neighbours' names at the same time?
Touche to you, mate. Touche.
Why don't you both say your
This is
neighbours
actually-
at the same time?
Sean's related to his. I mean, that doesn't narrow it down much because he's related to all of them.
Are
But
you the relation you avoid like the plague?
Why are you throwing it? Hey, let's just target.
Oh,
now.
wait there.
hey,
I think I heard that
because-
name. Can I just say a name?
No, you're not saying anything.
I wasn't really listening. I wasn't really listening, but I'm pretty sure that I heard a name. I'll just say the name out.
No, you're not.
Do I do it now?
No, you-
Nah?
you- let's
Ready? Count to
concentrate.
3.
You dare.
1,
Don't you dare. I'll
2,
swear. I will.
3.
Leona's in Ferndale.
Hi, Leona.
Hi, Leona.
Leona.
Hi.
Hi, Leona.
Good morning. How are you?
We're so good.
We've hit a low point where Sean's threatening to swear so they get taken off air. Leona, who do you avoid like the plague?
Oh my God, my neighbour that lives in the back. I'd moved there. I was there for about a week, and he proceeded to knock on the door and said, "Can I just come in and show you a tree of how you need to cut it in the backyard?" And I thought, okay, this is a bit strange. So he came in the back and he said, "Look, this is how you need to cut it," and give me instructions on how I need to cut this tree.
Yeah.
We just avoid him. We take the dog for a walk, and he comes over to walk towards us, and we just walk in the other direction to try and avoid him. About 3 weeks ago, we were out the back doing a little bit more gardening, and he was yelling over the back fence again, and how to cut this tree. There's nothing wrong with the tree.
Why is he so obsessed with this tree? What's his deal?
I have no idea what his deal is. I don't know whether it's a tree that he gave to the previous owner that he wants it cut a special way, but there's nothing wrong with the tree. It's not even hanging over his fence or anything.
Because that would be the only reason that he should be
he's
telling you
just
how to
super
cut it.
concerned about this tree. Have you
Yes.
maybe said to him, mate, you know what, feel free to come over and do the tree as you would like?
No, but then he's
not
not
a
in their
bonsai.
backyard.
I know, but maybe he'll shut up.
Yes, actually, Nathan, I did. He was yelling, and I said, "Well, if you don't like how the tree is, you can come and do it yourself."
I mean, the obvious answer here is chop the tree down.
No,
well,
I don't know. No, I think he cares so much deeply about
does.
that tree.
Yeah.
But then if it's not there anymore, he can't. There's nothing to
Oh,
complain
I can't
about.
even guess what he'd do if you cut that tree down. You leave that tree there, Leona.
Thanks, Leona. Karen, hello.
Are we Taryn or
Oh,
Karen?
Who-
Definitely a T.
Oh,
not a Karen.
Karen. So you're Taryn. not
Taryn.
Karen.
Taryn, everyone.
Don't make me a Karen.
Oh, no,
we weren't
I
going to listen if it was
apologise.
a
Do you know
Karen.
what?
We're gonna
Right
listen for a
now,
Karen.
a lot of actual Karens are going, that's sad
Yeah,
that
that's
no one
right.
can
I
even be
know.
mistakenly called a Karen
No.
these days.
Apologies.
That's true.
People avoid me.
Oh, because they think your name's Karen?
No, I'm a personal trainer and a fitness instructor. So when I
Yeah.
go food shopping, people hide in the
Yes,
aisles and
they
don't want
do.
to show me what's in their shopping.
And do you care? Like, would you say something if you look in there and go, really, 6 packets of chips?
Never would I care, but the funnest time is when you're at the bottle shop. Then people really like to hide
Yeah, yeah.
and pretend that they don't drink and all they do is work out and eat lettuce.
That is
Taryn,
so
you know,
funny,
the other,
Taryn.
you know what the other thing? People start to over-explain what they've bought in those situations as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and they like to tell me, "Oh, well, we're going away camping on the weekend," or like it's not like this all the time. And it's,
Yeah, exactly. Not like this all the time.
Yeah, and you would think that I am a complete Nazi as a trainer, the way
Yes.
they carry on at the shops and
Hey,
hide their shopping
You must
from
be
me.
terrified.
On this, one of my old neighbours, Matt, he's like a triathlete, right? Professional triathlete. And he would go on these like 3-hour bike rides throughout the day. And then sometimes I'd be getting back at the same time as his and I would have a bag of chicken treat. and I would sit in my car like that would I just
It
remember.
was shame.
Just
Shame.
waiting, or I'd leave the chicken treat in the car and then go upstairs and have a chat with him and go back downstairs and get it. Just because of the shame.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We are discussing the people in our lives that we might have to avoid like the plague, like my neighbour Tim. So I've said his name now, Sean. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
You did not.
Yeah, you should
Just
do. Yeah,
throw it out there.
No, that's actually
Tim
his
Allen
name.
Tim Allen was on the
That's-
TV,
yeah.
and that goes that we actually call him Tim the Tall Man. So, Sean, your relative's name. Your relative's name is. Do you want me to do? Are you ready?
No, you're not. I'm going to swear, mate. I'm going to swear.
Sean's relative's name is He's been threatening me. What would you do? Would you be okay?
Come on, we had a bargain.
Okay if I did it?
It was
Look.
like, if I say mine, you'll say yours. Come on, then.
I will hurt you only a little bit. Hopefully, you'll be able to walk out. That's it.
Hey, keep listening throughout the morning because I'm pretty sure it will be revealed.
Sky. Let's talk to Sky now. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Sky.
Sky.
Is there someone you're avoiding like the plague, Sky?
So about 7 years ago, we had this neighbour when I lived at my parents' house. She was an older lady and I had an older cat. She took a liking to the cat, so we let her look after the cat during the day just to keep her company and things like that.
Yeah.
It got to a point where the cat needed to be put down. She got a bit old. She was 18. And we'd organised all that. But this lady took it upon herself to go get the cat put down.
Wait,
So-
but it was your cat.
Wait, what? So without asking you, she went and got your cat put down.
Yep. So that's all fantastic.
That's pretty hectic.
That happened. And then we come home and we're all mourning. We're quite sad and devastated. And she comes over saying, "Can I see the grave?" And we're like, "Oh, well, not really. We don't really, like you at the moment."
Yes, because you killed a cat. Yeah, got you.
So she come over every day for over a week to see this bloody grave.
Yes.
So it got to the point where me and my parents had to watch her car leave and go. Spies when you're up against the wall.
Yeah.
You have to get out and you have to manoeuvre. We had to do that because we had to dodge her because she wanted to see this grave.
Oh my
So
God.
I just wanted to see where the cat was buried, and
So-
it wasn't her cat.
Did she give up?
And it wasn't a cat. No. So to this day, Mum and Dad still live there. They will dodge her. They won't talk to her. Apparently she's yelled out to Dad and gone, "Hi, blah, blah, blah." And Dad just keeps walking.
So wait there, Scott, can I just go back to her getting the cat put down? So you all know the cat's sick, and so she took your cat, got it put down, and then went and told your family?
So the vet rang us. After it had happened, they've gone,
Third
Jesus,
person.
this cat's not actually her cat.
That meant you didn't get to say your goodbyes to the cat.
Sorry.
And it's a horrible
No.
thing to have to do. But you do want that little closure. Like I had to do it not that long ago.
So-
and you want the closure
Yeah.
of being able to say goodbye, hold it in your arms while it's happening.
Yeah.
Instead of the rando from next door.
Sky, so the vet put the cat down, then found out that it wasn't her cat and rang you, or was it just about
Yeah,
to do the job?
She had put the cat down because this lady really milked it super duper
Yes.
well and carried on like it was her cat.
Okay,
and
here's a
everything.
financial question. Who paid for it? It's not cheap.
So that's why we got called.
To pay for it? So wait, then she took your cat in and then sent you the bill?
Get out.
Yeah.
She decided it was time for your cat to stop living.
Yeah, so she didn't get to take the cat home. Obviously, that's why we got contacted
Yes,
to go pick her
but
up.
you
It
had
was
to
really
pay the
nice.
bill.
We got to lay her to rest, and we got to pay the bill.
Natalie, I just want to warn you that if Lewis ever gets sick, you better keep your eye on
you're gonna
Tim.
pull the plug.
No, you better keep your eye on Tim after this morning's shenanigans.
He's not here. He's not here. It's fine. Throw away. They're overseas.
God.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
We're just talking about emergency sweet potatoes. Sometimes when you're low on energy, it's the way to go.
So this a couple that lived here locally in Perth was super fit, and they were on the Amazing Race. And when they came in, they said something about a sweet potato, and we said, "What?" And they said, "Oh,
Right,
we've got a
what?
sweet potato in our bag." And I went,
In
"Why?"
backpack.
And they
At
said, "Oh,
all
you never
times.
know when you're going to need it." And I said, "Well, when would you need it?" And they go, "Maybe you're going around someone's house for dinner, and then you ask what they're eating, and they say, and they tell you, and you go, 'Well, I don't want to eat pasta tonight,' so or whatever." And they'll go, "So we'll just borrow their microwave, put a sweet potato in there, and then that's our dinner."
But
And you know
imagine
what I'd
sitting
say?
at someone else's house eating
Yeah.
a microwave sweet potato while they're eating the food that they prepared for you.
Okay,
That's
so,
not cool.
so the person who's doing the sweet potato eating, they're feeling super righteous. Oh, look at me go, you know.
You've been
and all that.
invited to someone's house for
I know.
dinner.
And the other people are thinking, can you
yeah,
F off?
get out.
That ain't
It's like,
living.
More,
That ain't living.
more
That
pasta
ain't
for
living,
me.
That ain't living, Shaun. And then I wonder as well, like, I mean, so because you're eating a sweet microwave sweet
Sweet
potato. Like, so
It's not a
living
lot of
down and
flavour,
having
is
an
there?
amazing rig, will you find enough happiness from that to numb the pain of eating a microwave sweet potato? Because that in itself is sad.
Yeah, it is. It's super sad, isn't it?
But then again, I'm thinking if I'm making a microwave sweet potato and someone's eating something super fun, like, bacon or something, and then I'm looking down at my microwave sweet potato.
Almost
but then I
anything.
look further down and I see all these abs. I think, that's all right. Wouldn't you?
know.
Would you?
You know, the
I
saying
don't
that nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. That's the saying.
Yes.
Nothing
not true.
Nothing tastes as good as skinny.
It's not true.
feels.
Sure.
I'd
There's
love
some
to
good
look
meals
down
out
and see
there.
abs. Imagine looking
Yeah,
down
some
and
great
see.
meals.
You've been in a...
I've been there before,
Yeah,
and
what's it
I
like?
just took it for
What's it
granted.
like?
I
Was it
took
as-
it for granted.
Was it as good
I
as
know,
ribs?
but now if I
this
had
just
abs,
happens, you know?
if I had abs, I would wear crop tops.
Oh, thank goodness you don't have abs.
I want you to have abs.
Well, that's fair.
Let's start doing crunches.
Little cruppies.
Mid-show every day. We'll do
Yeah,
we'll
you
do
get
crunches.
sunburnt the first day and then can't move. That's the way it goes.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
I was under the assumption that whales were cool with us.
Well, I'd say
Well,
90% of them are. Yeah, you would think so, no?
I mean, I've been to
heaps go
Albany.
past.
We didn't do a lot of good things to them.
No, we didn't.
They got long memories too.
Yeah. But they seem to be the gentle things in the sea.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
no doubt.
I mean, you go up to Exmouth and swim with
Swim
the
the
whale
whale
sharks. and-
sharks.
Yeah. So if I was in the water and like a whale was with me, I'd be like, okay, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
cool. We're cool.
We've been up in Nalu and Exmouth. Whales have been really, really
Yes.
close to us, and they've been just amazing. And
Yeah.
you feel super safe for some
Yeah,
reason.
it's like a Tarago swimming past.
Yeah.
Well, the crew of a French boat off the coast of Portugal last week, they had their boat relentlessly smashed by a pod of whales for 45 minutes before it sank. It's unbelievable. They reckon that scientists have recorded a spike in orca incidents along the Atlantic coasts of Spain and Portugal.
I mean,
Spain.
orcas, otherwise known
Well,
as killer whales.
Killer whales. I mean, it
But
goes with
killer
territory.
whales they don't kill. They're not murderers.
Yes, they
Well,
are.
I
Are you
mean-
joking?
No, but of us?
Well, not generally, but now because they've been knocking off sharks like great whites
Yeah.
and also
Yeah, I get that.
dolphins
I get
and all
that,
that kind
but
of
like-
stuff. No, well, now they've got the courage up, Nate.
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh, okay. there's
Okay,
a
so
fish
now
to-
they're going, okay, let's try another beast.
Yeah.
Let's get those things on the land that we
Yep.
can never get.
We're gonna
When one
need a
comes
bigger
on here,
boat,
let's get
they
it.
said.
Let's get it. I bet you it tastes great.
100%.
Well, this is crazy. So the crew of this boat, they were sailing, and then a pod of violent killer whales circled the yacht and started ramming the boat and ripping apart the rudder. And just
Smashing into it.
smashing into it until
Yep.
it sank.
And like an organised attack. So it wasn't like
Organised
just
attack.
one doing it. It was the pod
Yep.
actively working together to destroy
Yep.
this boat.
Yeah.
There has been apparently a spike in revenge attacks from orca pods. The crew believes the attacks have been carried out by a pod of between 9 and 13 orcas, led by a male in the pod because they know who it is, called Pingu.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe he
must have
doesn't
said,
like
I'm going
being
to kill you.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I'm
like being
Pingu.
called
Yeah.
Pingu because it's a penguin's
Yeah.
name.
He said sailors in the area who know Pingu's pod very well due to their markings have claimed that they were attacked.
Oh, so it's the
with
same pod doing
harpoons.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
You
right.
lie. So Pingu's pod has been attacked by harpoons. They've remembered it, and now they want to kill all the humans.
Yeah.
And they said, and that's happened enough to so many different pods now that they're looking around for boats and they're attacking
They're
boats to get us
orchestrating their-
because they want revenge on
Well,
us.
rightly so.
I see it, I
Stop,
see it.
stop
I
throwing
know, but if
harpoons
I'm
at
in the
him.
water,
What's
not
unlikely,
likely,
Nathan?
but say if I'm in the water, I will be on a boat.
I know. Well, you need to have
You're
a
not
word
safe
to the
anymore.
people
And I don't want
harpooning.
like Pingu and his mates coming to get me. I'll be like, hey, I did nothing, Pingu.
Well, you-
Back off, Pingu.
You're going to need a letter of introduction.
Hey, Pingu, first time visitor, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't been out in the sea before. Don't ruin my first.
Read the
encounter.
receipts, Pingu.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty hectic, actually.
It's nothing worse when you're being targeted by an animal, like when an animal sees you, wants to get you.
You above everyone else.
Yeah, and
Like it singles you out.
I was
You got
at
to come on.
Kings Park, the outdoor theatre a bit there, and there was a hot, imagine, so many people there. Everyone's lying on picnics, having a wonderful time, drinking wine, eating cheese. And then next minute, I clocked eyes with the duck, and this duck was right over the crowd. And then the duck slowly walked its way past every person weaving in and out of the crowd, walked up to me, I looked at the duck, and then it just started pecking me ferociously. And I'm like, what did I do?
Have you eaten duck in recent times?
No,
Because
I-
they smell
Natalie,
something.
I
Duck
don't eat
pancakes.
duck.
Well, you don't eat duck, but when you have eaten duck, you've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, but that duck didn't know that. And by that stage, I had never eaten duck. I was like, I've never eaten you. Why are you eating me?
I know that exact feeling. I was just thinking because I was telling you about from a dog perspective. My dog gets swooped by magpies relentlessly, so he gets targeted by other animals. But just thinking, right? So we went to Phillip Island when we were over in the southeast of Melbourne. We went over to Phillip Island for the day. They've got an animal sanctuary there, and a lot of people would have been to it. And there's this area where there's a lot of mixed animals. So there'll be sheep and ducks, and anything can walk around. There's only the fence would be about 5 foot high.
Yeah.
Just a gate.
But they're fairly innocuous animals, so
but there's
you're
a couple
safe,
of
right?
emus in there now. And I remember this so clearly. So Megan was carrying around, it must have been sunny at the time, but this emu was just chasing her around the place. So there's logs and stuff where you can stand up on and get out of the way. He was
you can't stand on a log to get away from an emu.
And then to the point where you'd hope the emu would go off, and then she'd make a run to to the gate to be able to get out of there. For some reason, this emu wanted her big time.
Well, just hand the baby over and see how it
got
goes.
a real attitude problem, I find.
They have, and those eyes.
And do you think it's because they're always really angry that they've been paired next to a kangaroo? Because people automatically go, even though kangaroos can rip you apart.
I know, but they're cooler. They got pockets.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
We're talking about when an animal targets you specifically, inspired by the pod of killer whales off the coast of Portugal who's targeting boats, taking them down.
Because they remember being attempted harpooning at them, and now they've held a grudge. Can I just say one thing that everyone can relate to is you're at an outdoor event, you're at someone's house, you're in a group of people, and out of everybody, a fly lands on you and won't go away from you.
I thought you were going to say a bird craps on you.
No, just a fly.
Dog humping your leg.
No, just a fly, and then suddenly, and then it's just just buzzes around you, and it's like you look like you stink, and you're like, I don't stink, it's in a shower.
The fly begs to differ. Steph, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Steph.
Steph, did an animal target you specifically?
Yeah, so we lived on a farm. We all grew up there. I had 2 siblings, and our family cat used to lure me into the paddock and then used to lay on its back and purr and just, call me over. And then as I got closer, it would attack me.
I love how it lured you out to another place where no one could see.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. All 4 paws on the head.
Oh, and scratch.
Yeah, I know. It was horrendous. And it never touched my brother or my sister once.
Steph,
I was the youngest.
I was traumatised by a cat. We had one called Fritz, and it would sleep by my head. So every night it would just choose to sleep by my head. And then as I was going to sleep, if I went to move my head, Fritz would put its paw on me and then dig his claws just slightly into my skin to say, don't move your head.
Yes.
And the day that Fritz died was actually...
Freedom Day.
It was a joyous day for me.
Getting a proper night's sleep.
Yeah, it was actually really nice to be able to. No one did anything about it either. I was like, that's just Fritz. Yeah. Are you serious?
Thanks, Steph. Adam's in Safety Bay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Adam.
Adam.
Did an animal target you? What happened?
Yeah, so I was doing the Duke of Edinburgh as a kid up north in, I think it was one of the national parks up there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take a photo of a bush turkey because I was a kid. I never really seen him and turned around and started chasing me.
There was a bloody big bush turkey
Bush
there.
turkey. Did it get you?
Yeah. Sorry?
Did it get you?
Nah, it didn't get me. I was a bit faster then. I'm a little bit slower now. It might get me now, but...
What will happen if a bush turkey gets you? A bush turkey.
They're pretty big, aren't they, Adam?
Yes, they're big and their beaks aren't very friendly, so I don't know. Didn't want to be on the other receiving end.
Didn't want to hang around.
Were you with a group at the time?
I was, but I kind of walked off to just have a look around. Everyone else was setting up camp, and I was kind of just by myself.
Can I just say, we're looking at it right now. Well, I wouldn't want that. For that group that's setting up tent, imagine them setting everything up, and then here you go, running, and then a bush turkey chasing you.
I'd love to see that.
Would have been a really joyous situation.
I would see that. Jeez, I'd laugh.
I'd go, run, Adam, run!
Thanks, Adam. Glad you survived. Is it Demet?
Yeah, hi.
Hello. Okay, so what happened to you?
So in 2019, me and my girlfriend went to Cairns in Gold Coast. And on one of the days that we were there, we booked out a tour to go snorkel at the Great Barrier Reef.
Yes.
And it's something that I had literally wanted to do for years. So I was so excited. But when I got there, I didn't realise how scary it actually was. But anyways, we were snorkeling and they were telling us about like a local fish named Wally who was known.
Oh,
at
he's
that
famous.
spot.
I've heard
Is he
of
a
Wally.
groper?
What sort of
big groper?
Giant.
Okay.
It's like a giant Maori. I can't pronounce like the third part of the name, but it's like a massive fish, and we were feeding it as well. Anyways, we go into the water to snorkel, and the fish, I could see it out the corner of my eye, and then it just, like, disappeared.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, I felt something stuck in my right hand.
Yes.
And then I felt a chomp, and I was like, oh, my God, I've been bitten. So I literally flung my arm up, saying, I've been bitten. So, like, people jumped in, grabbed me out of the water. And then to look at my hand, it was literally only, like, a few little scratches, but it was, like, swollen. But literally, this fish, who apparently has never targeted anyone before, and then spit it out. It was literally like the most memorable thing in my life.
We are looking at him right now.
Yes.
He is gigantic.
He's a Maori wrasse.
Big, puffed up like silicon lips.
I mean, it literally says the friendly Maori wrasse at the Great Barrier
And he
Reef.
bit.
I mean, he could have bit my hand off, so he didn't. So we can still call him friendly. Like, I think he just tasted it, and then he was like, "No, like, don't want."
But you know what? Maybe he's heard that we eat fish fingers, so he thought he'd try the other way around.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Hey, can I quickly tell you over the last couple of nights, gearing up, as you guys would remember, that exams and stuff are happening now.
Yes, it is.
So I'm getting kids in my household coming down and going, "Oh, Dad, can you help me with this?" Of course, I'm saying yes.
You.
Fair dinkum.
The answer is no. The answer is I'd like to help you with it, but no, I can't.
Oh, maths is getting hard. in
Why would they
grade
think that
7
you
or
would
8.
know?
Are you kidding me?
Because I say, come and if you got a problem with it, come down and see me. I'll help you out.
So Sonny's coming to you with a Year 7 maths homework.
Well, that's okay. The ones that Ollie's doing at the moment, which is pro numerals and factors and all this
So he's
stuff.
Year 9.
You
Yeah.
don't know any
stuff?
of You know none of it.
No, I don't.
You shouldn't be literally allowed near it.
Oh, my God. Year 8 maths. Year 9 maths.
You know
It's
what?
not easy, dudes.
If any kids are listening, I didn't do
couldn't do it
maths.
when you
I
were in
didn't
year
do
9.
maths in year 11 and 12. No, I did. I did year 11 maths. The lowest. I did discrete maths.
Just like advanced
and
counting.
then drop down to the lowest maths you can, and that was the day before the exam, right? And then I got the top mark in that exam.
In the lowest maths.
And that's when I went,
What a proud moment.
What's the point of even doing it? I got like 97%.
Did you use all of your fingers?
Yeah. It was insane. So then I just stopped. And anyway, my point is I got into uni, and now look at me. All without maths.
There you go, team.
It's
Do yourself a
Let that
favour.
be a
It's
lesson
easy
to
as
your
2
kids.
plus 2, which is 7.
Nailed it.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Well, Traveller is a show on Sundays at 4 p.m. on Channel 10. We get to see great places across Australia.
Yeah.
Do you know Australia's the number 1 wellness tourism destination in the world?
What?
There we go. Layne Beachley, by the way, 7-time world surfing champion, is the host, and she joins us now. G'day, Layne.
Good morning.
Hey, Layne. I caught an episode the other week where you were with a lady who was a carer, and you took her away to get rejuvenated and stuff and have a bit of her
Good
time.
on you, mate.
And
thanks.
Yeah, and
Doing
you were
my
like,
best.
you were like rubbing mud on each other's faces or something. And I just want to know, right? So there are some amazing wellness things out there to do,
Yes.
right? And we are,
Yes.
the number 1 tourism destination. But I have also been gone into a teepee and been gonged by a witch. And I didn't really feel...
It's a full spectrum of experiences, isn't it?
Post-gonging, I didn't really feel any difference. Have you had anything done to you, Layne, where you've gone, no, that did nothing?
I certainly haven't gone to the extent that you've gone to find a teepee to be gonged by a witch.
I mean, if you're scratching for content by the end of the series, like,
you need to be gonged by a witch in a teepee.
Yeah,
you haven't lived.
It's a shame we've just finished recording, so we'll save that for series 2, shall we?
I'll slide you a number.
But there was a moment where we were down in Mornington Peninsula, which this episode hasn't aired yet. Actually, it might be the next one. No, it's not. Anyway, and we were having a clay kind of experience.
Yep.
And Joel, our everyday Australian, and I just decided to have a clay fight. and I ended up with clay all over my face and in my eyes. So, no, that didn't work.
No, that's not a winner. But what I thought, Layne, over the journey, man, you travelled the world all over the place.
Yeah, of course.
Surfing and being out in the environment is so spiritual. There would have been some... Did you come across some village people, or did you... Indonesia, all through Indonesia and all those various islands and stuff that you might have got involved in on a spiritual sense, on a wellness sense.
Yeah, nah. No, look,
Did you have a milkshake? Do the shake.
Going to work through the whole Village People back catalogue at this point.
Yeah, and I'm
in the Navy.
Break into the Jacksons. Don't stop till you get it. I've met some pretty amazing people, of course, in my life. But I have to say the benefits for me have all been centred around nature. And that's what this show's all about, is actually getting people to slow down and embrace what Mother Nature gives us, which is a calm mind and a cool heart or warm heart, actually. And just to bring us a sense of presence and perspective. And, we can overcomplicate wellness, but this show has actually simplified it for me. It's made us realise that we just need to take a time out. We just need to take a break and just slow it all down and smell the roses.
Well, this week I know that we can see Megan Gale go to Margaret River, and of course that's a place that's very close to our hearts because it's just down the road, but also pretty close to your heart too, I imagine.
Absolutely, yeah. I started surfing there back in the 90s, and I absolutely love the region. So we do, of course, go surfing and spend a bit of time in the water because you can't go to Margaret River without jumping in the waves.
Oh, 100%. No, there's so many
do you want to bet? Layne?
I have never jumped in the water at Margaret River.
Okay.
Nor at Dunsborough. I just don't do it. I walked down to the beach in Dunsborough.
Yeah, you walk on the sand.
I walked down there to the stand, got a photo, walked back, never went back.
I took you down to Yelling Up. We walked down to Yelling Up.
I'm not a beachy person. I grew up in Kalgoorlie. It frightens me. Firstly, I would like to go. Sometimes I drive past the park, Layne, and I think, oh, that'd be nice to sit there. And then I thought, what? I'm going to sit there alone like a pervert.
That's what you want to do.
But Layne, there's nothing like being in the water, is there? Just taking it all in, dolphins going past you, crack of dawn.
There's the blue health, the blue crack of dawn or dusk or whatever time suits you. But for me, you're talking to me about travelling the world and surfing and meeting people. And I have to say the most spiritual connections I've had have been in the ocean. When I've encountered marine life, whales and dolphins and turtles and just being present enough to recognise those things because they're always there. It's just sometimes we don't open our eyes to recognise it.
You didn't mention one of the other ones, though, Layne.
I haven't seen too many sharks.
Really?
Quite honestly. Look, I've surfed for 45 years and I reckon I've seen 6 sharks. I've seen more sharks in the business world than I have in the ocean.
Yeah. What about... So I read an article the other day and it's about those things that live deeper down in the ocean and they're just weird creatures that you've never seen, right? Have you ever come across... Because sometimes they come to the top. Yeah. Have you ever come across something and you're in the water going, what the hell is that? I actually don't know.
Only a dead body, but that was way back when.
Oh, wow. Where were you, Layne?
I was surfing in Manly.
Yes.
And something turned up underneath me. I was like, what the hell is that? And then realised, yes, it was a corpse.
Oh my God. What do you do then, Layne? Do you have to just swim straight in and tell the surf lifesavers? Or do you try to... I don't know.
We drag it in. And put it on the beach. But it's definitely been in the water a long time because it has expanded.
Wow. Oh, my God.
What a confronting experience.
Yeah, it was.
That's pretty hectic.
I was thinking like you're going to talk to me about a giant eel. Or...
Yes, or a jellyfish or something.
A sea snake.
Hey, Layne, back to Margaret River. Tell us something about your favourite places in Margaret River. You've been there down in that region for so long. The favourite beaches, maybe somewhere that you like to go and eat, because everyone in WA can resonate with that.
Yeah, one of my favourite places, and this might surprise all of you since I love to surf, but one of my favourite things to do down in that region is the Cape to Cape walk.
Oh, yeah.
And, the scenery is stunning, and there's just so many little nooks and crannies and rocks to sit up on and just observe and watch the world go by and breathe in the freshness of the air in that region. So, and then Lamont's, the restaurant down there at Smith Beach. If you want quality food, breakfast, lunch and dinner, treat yourself to Lamont.
Good coffee too.
I don't spend enough time with nooks and crannies.
Yes.
I really should
just taking time to breathe is beautiful.
Well, Yeah, just don't do it while you're in that pervert mode.
No guarantees.
Don't go down, go full cranny and depart by yourself.
Don't limit his opportunities, Layne. Come on.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing to that nook?
Or is that cranny?
Leave the crannies alone. Well, we can watch World Traveller Sunday on Channel 10 at 4 o'clock. Check it out. This week's all about
prime
Margaret
time.
River, but you've been all over the shop too. So thank you so much for talking to us, Layne. You're
Good
a
on you,
joy.
Layne.
My pleasure. Thanks, you guys.
Take
Thanks,
care.
Layne.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Let's start with former West Coast Eagles captain Shannon Hearn, who is the current games record holder. As we know, he's pushing on for another season. And it was just announced last night that he's finally signed on. And people will be going, yeah, but we knew at the end of the year, footy season that is, that he was playing next season.
But he didn't. He hadn't signed on the dotted line.
No, well, what happens is because you're the old cat in the room, what they need to do is find out exactly what the salary cap is, work out how they're going to pay everyone else, and then you're kind of
going to get the crumbs.
Yeah.
So basically like the pension.
Yeah, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. And it's really interesting that way because you always think, well, mate, he's the game records holder. He was second in the fairest and best last year. He's been outstanding for the club, captain and all that. He should be played at a decent level.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that we live in a society where older people aren't valued?
Yes.
It's weird.
Unreal.
It's the first time this happened.
So anyway, it's great to see that Shannon will push on. He'll have a contract where there'll be he'll be able to earn really good money if he again finishes in the top best and fairest, plays a certain
it'll be
amount of games.
incentive-based and stuff.
At all. But
Hearn, baby, Hearn.
it is really
Good
good.
on him.
We heard from him on the news last night. This is some of what he had to say about playing next season.
Every year, the last couple of years, just been basically, can you contribute? Is the body still okay? And do I want to do it? So all of them are a yes for me. So it needs to be that, and with the club as well. So the club's been pretty supportive of that, which is great. But it's just footy is hard, and you need to mentally be able to want to do it. So I'm still in that mindset, which is good.
35,
You know what?
right?
The question of can the body still do it is one thing. The other question is, does the body still want to do it?
Yeah.
The body's screaming, no.
Does the mind still want to do it?
Yeah, the body can, but the body doesn't want to.
The body probably shouldn't.
The body wants to sit down.
Good luck to Shannon for this season. Look forward to him having a rip for the West Coast Eagles.
Good guy.
Moving on to last night, I was flicking through Nathan. Foxtel has a whole sports section. I'm not sure if you're aware.
I've got the channel. I've got the channel, and
It's very dusty.
It's in the low 500s.
Yeah, low 500s.
It's like finding a book on National Treasure.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Cage movie?
Yeah, I watched it.
That's
yeah,
really good.
And they did
And
National
then
Treasure
two, and it was just as good.
So Australia were playing Spain in rugby wheelchair basketball rugby league, and fair income. Have you ever seen these guys in wheelchair?
It is
wheelchair basketball, but rugby.
Yeah, it's called murder ball, Shaun.
Oh
Its
my
nickname
God.
is murder ball.
They were smashing into each
Oh
other.
yeah, no, it's brutal.
People going flying all the time, so they got to stop and they got to pick the.
And can I just say, if you've ever had to play on a wheelchair, which I'm sure most people have, when you clip your finger,
ow, yeah, exactly,
yeah.
And these people just go, whack,
it is
whack,
brutal.
whack. Yeah.
So Australia won. They continue through the tournament, which is great. But yeah, if you get to have a look at it, have a look. These guys are fantastic. And finally, the Live Golf
tournament.
Well, it's not a tournament. The tour itself is growing again next year. So what's going to happen?
Tournaments?
More players are going to come over from the USPGA.
Right.
So at a stage, so the USPGA are like, we're traditionalists. It's not going to happen. We're not playing for the money, all that kind of stuff. But they're losing so many players. It's getting to a stage where they're going to have to bend the knee.
It's not going to be tenable.
Can I just say,
or do you just have to stay strong?
Oh, you go with the money and the views are.
But so you know the staunch people, they're going, that's
well, no,
the
question also is over the funding of it, the fact that it's Saudi backed.
But this is what I was about to talk about. Is the wide divide between Australia and what's happening in Australia right now and what's happening with the Live tournament, right?
Yep.
So over here, Netball Australia wanted to distance themselves from Gina Reinhart, father.
Yep.
And you got Pat Cummins and stuff wanting to distance themselves from energy companies and all that sort of stuff. But yet, we all know where the money's coming from the Live tournament and no one cares. But
people are saying stuff.
No,
yeah, I definitely think that.
I'm saying
the ones that are taking the money aren't. They're
that's
very
my
happy
point.
to take
Netball
it.
Australia, they didn't take the money. You know what I mean? So
but there are people like Tiger Woods has said he's not going to do it. But whether that changes in time,
my point is it's growing, whereas we aren't entertaining that. We don't seem to be entertaining that anymore.
Yes, Nathan, it's been in the news in that way, but I would say that's a couple of people.
there
and
are
I
individuals
wonder
that are.
what
That will be the
everyone's got a
future of
price.
Australian sport. That will be the future. Is the woke road will be the future of Australian sport.
It seems like massively entrenched in our society these days for sure. But
guaranteed.
Just going back to at what point is there a tipping point where the PGA
The PGA have to say, okay, we'll let you play.
Tiger, and Rory McIlroy. That's it.
And then a couple of
you have to give in,
ranked in the 200s. Yeah, I know it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, we've all got a price, haven't we?
You got through sport without talking about cricket. Nathan's a bit disappointed. Well done, Pakistan, for making it through to the final, the T20 World Cup. Didn't want to talk about it?
That's all right.
No, but I can't wait for Sunday because if India get through, this is going to be the biggest global sporting event.
It will be so huge.
Say one more word about cricket. Go on.
Cricket. Ryan Campbell. Netherlands, everybody.
Yeah, and it's because of him and Netherlands that Pakistan got through.
No, you should have said that before.
I just said say one more word about cricket, and then you went on. So there's going to be ramifications.
Just quickly turn Shaun's mic off. All right.
Shaun, you were warned not to say anything more about cricket. And you've asked me to say something, so not say something all morning. So I've respected you and you have not respected me.
I'm going to scream.
So I don't know if you know what's coming, but Shaun's relative's name that he avoids like the plague is...
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.